when they offered the free care, my son's life was on the line, and I took it.
Teresa Comer was distraught when her 6-year-old son, Jonathan, was diagnosed with leukemia in 1963.
My main objective was trying to prolong Jonathan's life.
Comer's doctor suggested a cancer hospital operated by the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission in Oak Ridge, so she took the advice and headed to East Tennessee.
And he said there'll be a lot of experimentation, both with medicines and other treatments. And he said, would you be willing to go down there? He said, if ever there's a cure, I believe, he said, that's the place.
As part of their treatments, doctors placed dozens of patients inside a room known as a total body irradiation chamber.
It was simply a large chamber with the patient in the center of a field of radiation, controlled by a technician that could raise and lower those sources and expose the patient after they were properly positioned in the center of the room. The purpose of the total body irradiation was to treat certain cancers, as I said, leukemias and lymphomas, which are not localized to one organ or one area of the body.
But what some patients didn't know was that doctors were also using this chamber for another government experiment. NASA wanted to know how much radiation astronauts could take without throwing up in their helmets.
That's not to say that they were only collecting data, that they were only exposing humans just to collect data. It again was an offshoot. They were doing, people had to have a cancer diagnosis to get into these rooms.
But in 1966, a committee of consultants warned the Oak Ridge researchers. They reported the total body irradiation of leukemia patients had been uniformly discouraging. They added, continuation of this type of experimentation could be criticized on ethical grounds. But that didn't stop doctors 2 years later from doing the same thing to another young leukemia patient, 6-year-old Dwayne Sexton.
The total body irradiation that Dwayne received was expected to kill half of the people so exposed. I can only conclude they were doing it because they had decided these patients were likely to die anyway, and therefore they might as well get some information from them while they were still alive.
But Teresa Comer doesn't question how the hospital treated her young son.
These people were not heartless people that would have compromised the welfare of the patients. No one could ever make me believe that.